The opinions expressed in the following program are that of the host and our guests. They do not necessarily reflect the opinions of CWC Entertainment Group LLC, its affiliates, or any employee thereof.
Yeah. I want to. And every time I look into the Vincent radio show, they do it big, y'all. Take music, laugh, and so much more. Hey, you can hear y'all.
Syndicated, award-winning, and syndicated. This is the program known professionally around the world as the Vincent Tucker Radio Show. This is Heartbreak Tucker. Your boy Yellostar in the building.
And it's Charity E.
And we're holding it down for Kina, who's trying to win Entrepreneur of the Year. Got the grand opening. You may have heard the commercial 40 million times last episode.
A lot.
In case you didn't know.
What's up, DFW? Y'all gotta join us for the grand opening.
And Remon, Titan Attack, I don't really know what's going on. I don't ask these questions.
I mean, you're not gonna get a straight answer, so
I don't ask.
Yeah.
I just hope he's okay.
Sure. Yeah, I hope the same.
I have told people time and time again, I am the worst friend when it comes to
all around?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I think I'm a great person if you need to vent or talk to. Like, when we see each other, we'll meet up. But as far as actually, calling
and having that conversation,
I only call a few people. Mm-hmm. Very few people annoy me more than Charity, but I call her. I don't know. I guess I'm glutton for punishment. I don't know.
Well, you don't need as much talking off the ledge as you did 8 years ago.
You talking about? Oh well, listen, man.
What are y'all talking
about? Man, I'll tell you, I was hurt that year.
He was going through some things, so I had to talk to him a lot.
I was hurt that year.
Yeah. Had a girl last year. Life goes on.
There may have been some counseling sessions from you and a professional therapist every Thursday for 4 months. But,
sure.
It was a hard year that year.
It's okay. Hey, mental health, it's an important issue.
It is true.
Don't neglect your mental health.
It's true. I talked about this before, but there was it was Sunday, October 14, 2012. I almost tried to kill myself. So. Wait, I just tried to kill myself on Cherry's birthday.
On my birthday. That's what I was gonna say. That was my birthday, but never mind.
Congrats. God said, in 4 years, I'm going to bless you. Someone's going to know you more than anybody in the world.
Here's the sign.
This day.
Here's the sign.
Next time you been?
Good. Just, sister came up, so, hanging out with her this week. Mom and dad were in town last week, so, got to see them, and, life's been good. No complaints.
Charity E?
Everything has been really good. I'm just trying to, book flights and get ready for my 30th and continue to flourish, really.
So you've already been flourishing?
I mean, I think so, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I've been happy. And that's the most important thing for people to understand is
I agree.
Wake up and be happy, and then the rest will fall into place.
So, when is the, so I have a friend that's infatuated with you, Charity.
Okay.
So, he had my phone, he was going to your page. So he wanted to know when was your annual slim thick thirst trap picture you gonna post?
I don't post those. I don't even have one on my page.
Apparently there's one from last year or something. With a hashtag slim thick.
That sounds right.
No, I'm gonna have to look, but I'm pretty sure I don't have any of that.
Surely he didn't make this up.
I think he did, because honestly, I hate pictures.
Like, there's a picture of you in a bikini on your page.
Oh,
with
yeah.
With the hashtag slim thick.
Yeah, but it's not a thirst trap picture. I'm not like showing a little thing in the back poking or nothing. It's just a normal picture.
Mm-hmm.
Thirst trap pictures are like, you're like almost gonna show a nip or...
I mean, the best thirst trap picture.
Right.
Not all.
If I'm gonna do it right.
Well, sure. Okay. Fair enough.
Well, whatever picture you posted last time on the beach, he's looking forward to.
Oh, well, that's gonna come. Okay, so I'm going to Miami for, what's the thing that's coming up soon? Memorial Day. And then I'll be in Vegas this year and Jamaica. So they should be coming in pretty hot. Man. I just bought new swimsuits too, so stay tuned for that.
Did you go to a store or did you buy them online?
I bought them online, which is really hard because I have to buy like the same suit in like different sizes because I never know what size I wear.
So did you first do that, then you went back, and then once you had the sizes, that's when you...
No. I just bought it all.
So then you just return a bunch of stuff that you don't like? Okay.
It's hard being a woman. You don't understand.
No, I don't. No, thank you for acknowledging that.
No problem. Vincent, how have you been?
I've been on cloud 9. I mean, I stepped on the scale. I saw I've lost 4 pounds.
Congratulations. What's your routine like right now?
Well, I had to change it up since my back-to-back foot injuries. So now I re-picked back up DDP yoga. So that's helping me right now. So this girl, this woman yesterday, for those who don't know, I frequent the nightlife as an MC and a promoter. So last night, this woman hadn't seen me in a minute, and she's like, "Oh, I'm doing the head motions as she was doing it. Oh, look at who's trying to become a snack." Okay. And I was like, "Wow,
that's what it feels like."
Right, like I'm on my way to potentially being a snack. I never thought I'd be a snack. I mean, I thought I was a side dish. I was the guacamole dip.
You were more
You're a teaser before me, before the real food. You're appetizer. You trying to be that a la carte entree?
I know I'm nowhere near snack status, but that's my new goal, to be a male thought and snack status.
You know, but the most important thing I tell people all the time is when somebody tells you who they are, listen. So, just listen, ladies. He's about to be snack status. So, if you're gonna get in, you gotta get in early.
Get in now.
I've already told you, I'm male thought. I put it on the gram. I said I'm male thought when I lose this weight.
Sure.
When I finish with, I'm a, you don't think I'm a omega. I'm just found a reason to pull off my shirt for no reason on the gram.
Right. Yeah.
Damn it.
These hoes ain't loyal.
If you do that, Vincent, can you let me know so I can just keep scrolling by?
I don't know why Charity will never let me be great.
Ever. When you become a snack, like, I'm gonna be really happy for you. Really.
Then when you'll introduce me to one of your friends?
Never. I'm not gonna do that.
Because you love Vincent too much to do that to him.
No,
No, she loves her friends too much to do that to them, apparently.
I was trying to give her an out, but
no, she's always been to me. I don't know why.
I don't know.
I mean, Charity, we saw Marvel Avengers together. Like, I thought we would be in a better place now.
The thing about that, Yellow, have you seen the movie?
Yeah.
See, the thing is, I don't recall really watching Marvel movies. So, when I was sitting in this movie, and people told me I didn't need to see anything else, they all lied to me. Because I didn't know who half the characters were. And I was
just very obvious she did.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't need to know their backstories.
I would have rather known that, though.
I mean, sure.
Scarlett Johansson, no idea who she was. Still don't know.
Yeah, they didn't really actually say. They never actually said her name.
Yeah. I left the movie theater, and I had a date, but I delayed it for 30 minutes because I wanted to go to Movie Trading Company and buy a bunch of Marvel DVDs. So I'm gonna get caught up on this whole thing. So whenever part 2 of this Marvel Avengers film come out, I could be like fully prepared for everything.
Yeah, I mean, it helps because I mean, there's little nuances and stuff that they put in there, but part of the problem with almost every superhero movie is you have to get through the origin story.
Right.
Once you've seen origin stories enough, like, it does get tedious at some point.
Right.
But this movie is like, forget about all that origin story. We just going straight into whipping your ass over and over again.
Yeah, I did notice that from jump. Awesome movie. Got a lot to cover this episode. Shout out to great feedback on the Paula Patton interview. If you haven't, go see the new movie Traffic featuring her and Omar Epps and Laz Alonso and the very beautiful Rosin Sanchez looking at God.
Paula Patton's kind of fine too.
Oh yeah, Paula Patton's fine too. Yeah. May have had a wet dream or two. Never mind.
Oh my God.
Yeah, sorry, I got too comfortable.
Sitting right next to Yellow.
Not shut. No, thank you. No, thank you.
I hate you, Charity.
I know.
I keep it locked. Syndicated award winning is the VTRS.
What up, people? It's that young man, Remon, and it's time for today's reality check. Now, today's reality check is going out to all the followers of Mr. Kanye West.
When you hear about slavery for 400 years, for 400 years, that sounds like a choice.
Now, this past week, Kanye West went on a tirade that had everybody up in arms and upset with Kanye.
It was really just my subconscious It was a feeling I had.
For those of you who don't know, Kanye officially announced his love for Donald Trump.
I just love Trump.
His admiration for Donald Trump.
That's my boy. Like,
and he's been airing out personal conversations that he's had with people like John Legend and Ebro from Hot 97.
I feel like people try to minimize me.
Right now, all of these had all of his followers questioning whether Kanye West was in the sunken place.
You ain't got the answer, Sway.
But I got some news for all you. Kanye West has been in the sunken place for a while now. As a matter of fact, I honestly feel like Kanye West invented the sunken place.
How, Sway?
If you ask me, the movie Get Out was loosely based on Kanye West.
Bro, I'm sorry I hurt you.
I first noticed Kanye West wasn't Kanye West anymore right around his graduation album.
I am Shakespeare in the flesh.
Maybe now people will stop making excuses for his behavior. Now listen, I don't know if Kanye West is suffering from some kind of mental illness, as people are saying, or he had an opioid addiction and all that kind of stuff. I don't know what's going on with Kanye West. But apparently, Ye isn't the guy that people fell in love with all those years ago.
I am in hip-hop, but I'm not just in hip-hop.
It's time for people to stop making excuses for the brother and just accept that Kanye West, this is who he is.
We all slaves. And y'all ain't experienced nothing right here but a moment from a movie out of glory.
He's shown us who he is. And what do people always say? When somebody show you who they are, believe them.
I've been doing this more than you.
That's today's reality check. You can take that to the bank.
You don't have the answers.
I'm asking you for the answer. It's a question.
We don't know.
Play in today's best music. Play in today's best music.
Imagine if I never met the broskies. God's plan. God's plan.
Listen to my heart go
That's on Tommy Campos. We live like Sopranos. And I walk it like I talk it. Walk it. Walk it like I talk it. Walk it.
You are listening to the Vincent Tucker Radio Show. iHeartRadio does something no other app or website can do. Thousands of live radio stations you can take anywhere. You want to listen to that station in Denver when you're in Philly? No problem. In Atlanta and you miss LA? No problem. Plus, iHeartRadio lets you create your own custom artist station.
DJ Khaled, and this is iHeartRadio.
Just type in the artist you love and iHeartRadio creates a station just for you. With their biggest hits, all commercial free. Free radio and unlimited music all in one app. iHeartRadio.
What's up, DFW? Y'all gotta join us for Tiki's Shades Ice. 1626 Morrill Avenue, Dallas, right down the street from Roosevelt. Tiki's Shades Ice. Open daily at 1 p.m. with over 80 flavors of soft, fluffy shaved ice. Tiki Shaved Ice will also have all your favorites. They got the nachos, Frito pies, hot dogs, and more. Tiki Shaved Ice. 1626 Morrill Avenue in Dallas, and I'm gonna see y'all out there.
Listen up. We want to hear from you. Like the Vincent Tucker Show at Facebook.com/VTRS online and post your comments now. Straight to your ear.
Hey, what? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Syndicated, award-winning and Syndicated. This is the 19-time award-winning program known professionally around the world as the Vincent Tucker Radio Show.
That's true.
On this program, there is a legendary R&B singer that I've been saying we need to get him the hell up out of here. Said R&B artist has always been known for creepy behavior with women of underage status.
Come on, Tevin Campbell.
Said artist.
Tevin Campbell. Never mind.
Do not do that, Charity. Don't say that. Do not say that. Don't ruin my childhood. Said R&B singer reportedly married his 15-year-old R&B protege before having the marriage annulled 3 days later.
He also dropped 2 double albums, right?
Yeah. I mean, as far as music, this guy, he's truly the king of R&B. Like, there's no disputing this.
He did it.
July of last year, BuzzFeed published an article about said R&B legend. It includes stories from 3 sets of parents saying that their daughter was introduced to him to help produce their career, and he's keeping them actively in a sex cult.
Do you think that's why him and Jay-Z couldn't get along on the tour?
But Tata pepper sprayed them?
Right. I think it had something, like maybe there was another reason that we didn't hear about.
So like
a cover up.
Like R. Kelly was trying to get with Solange?
Yeah.
And they weren't.
Yeah.
I just said his name. R. Kelly is who I'm talking about here. Ever since that BuzzFeed article last July, we've seen multiple women of color come out and tell the whole world that they had this experience with R. Kelly, and for the most part, people have ignored them. Now, I don't know if it's because they are black.
Probably why.
But I did notice that the alleged victims of R. Kelly have not been getting the same attention that the alleged victims of Bill Cosby got. And the only difference is Bill Cosby's victims were white.
Well, R. Kelly's not drugging his victims.
Yes, but these women are telling stories about how they're being trained, how they met him at 16, 17, being trained to be a sex slave.
Sex cult.
Yeah. After,
he's what?
51.
Sure.
And then just last month, a woman here in Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, a 19-year-old woman, said that R. Kelly gave her an STD. I can't remember which one it was.
When you have a cult, shouldn't you be, everybody be clean, you know? Everybody should get regularly tested.
The right way to do it.
In theory.
Sure.
He's doing something wrong.
I mean, yeah, just because they're staying at the cult, he's still out on tour. No telling.
Right.
And let's remember last year he got sued by, this woman's husband for allegedly giving his wife gonorrhea. So this is not the first STD claims R. Kelly's been hit with.
Okay.
So after Bill Cosby was convicted, and a lot of us had viral tweets about when we're going to turn attention to R. Kelly.
He's been doing it for too long.
Yeah. So now the women of color within Time's Up, a group that includes people such as Shonda Rhimes, Ava DuVernay, and actress Journey Smollett-Bell, who is so fine. She had a baby.
Man.
They have decided to finally take aim at R. Kelly, and as we've seen on social media in recent weeks, hashtag MuteRKelly has been surfacing, and they're calling for investigations into R. Kelly's alleged allegations made by black women and their families for over 2 decades, and that they call for the record labels and all the streaming services who produce and promote his music to cut ties with him. He's saying that this is an attempted lynching of a black man who has made extraordinary contributions to our culture, and he doesn't understand why everyone's coming for him. I've been on record by saying it's time to mute R. Kelly. It's time to get him up out of here. How do y'all feel about Kelly?
I mean, yeah, like he has been doing this for so long. And the bad part about it, I mean, the shameful part for us is we all knew about this. Like, we saw him do this a long time ago. I mean, we all kind of just let it happen because he was making good music.
Yeah, because I don't know how a 27-year-old can get away with marrying a 15-year-old, and I didn't get him out then in the 90s.
Well, a lot of things happened in the 90s that, you know, kind of slipped.
Things that happened in the 80s and the 90s, like...
It's like they never happened, but they happened.
Yeah, we realized...
That's what Bill Cosby thought
exactly.
2 weeks ago.
Like, we realized that some of that stuff that we did back in the day was... I mean, it was thrown off, for real. But, you know, it was a different time back then, as people like to say, but I think the other thing, too, is, like, people are tired of people getting away with stuff, especially when it comes to women. I mean, that's literally what the Time's Up movement is about, and the Me Too movement. So, I mean, it's right. Like, he's been doing this for too long, you know, and it's not like he doesn't know that it's clearly wrong at this point. The fact that he has a sex cult, alleged, but
it's too many women.
Sex cult.
It's too. At this point, it's like with Bill Cosby. Like, I ain't gonna lie, the first. Like Gloria Allred,
20.
She's like, how many women did it take to prove that for everyone to understand that Bill Cosby guilty? I ain't gonna lie to you. The first 17, y'all, I wasn't really hearing y'all. When it got to like 25, 30, I was like, 30s. When it got to 40, I was like, whoa. And when it got to 50, I was like, yeah, he did it. And when it got to 62 women, I was like, okay.
Once it was almost his age,
yeah,
that's a lot. That's a lot of people.
I think R. Kelly's in the 20s right now.
No, he's not in his 20s. He's way.
I'm not in recent years.
That have actually come out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's in the 20s.
Yeah.
Over the last 2 years. So, I definitely believe all allegations.
Like you were talking about, they want to cancel his music, I guess. Kind of like Bill Cosby, and they're taking off the Cosby Show. We're just not going to play I Believe I Can Fly anymore when we need that song.
You're not going to play Step in the Name of Love?
Right. You're not going to play Same Girl? You're not going to play Bump and Grind?
That's the problem. That's another question. I still play 12 play because I am one with woman, and so 12 play tends to be the soundtrack, and I don't know how I feel now
Right.
about enjoying R. Kelly music.
Why don't you just move on to, like, Jagged Edge?
Yeah, they ain't never done nothing. Wait,
Right.
actually, didn't one of the twins? Never mind.
It's not 20 people like R. Kelly.
I was gonna say you could use Chris Brown too, but no. You might need to just use Trey Songz or Tank if you need to.
Trey Songz just beat domestic violence allegations.
Dang it. All these men are just trash. That's what it sounds like. You've got no good black men left.
What's happening?
And she looks at us and says this question.
Right.
Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, who's next?
You know,
Kevin Hart.
You know I found the mute button.
Right.
Hey, y'all bring me one, and I'll just. Okay, thanks.
He did mute it for real.
We got a couple. Okay, Kendrick. Nobody's on Kendrick. Kendrick's okay.
But Kendrick's not like a.
Right, but he's
Like-
he's part of our, he's one of our, like, icons, right?
J. Cole is fine.
Right.
Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce. Oh, there's another bad one. But, yes, R. Kelly, I mean, he should have been gone, as you guys have both already said, a long time ago. So if he leaves now, nobody would miss him at this point. I really don't think.
He sold out concerts, so I wouldn't say that.
But people of how old are they? These people are going to die off any day now.
No, that's not
that
true.
are going to his concert.
That's not true. He has people of all ages.
He has people of all ages because that's where he's getting these 16-year-olds from.
Exactly. Thank you, Yellow.
Just keeping it real.
I don't know how to feel, cause, myself and, Cherry's sister, Kanisha, we may have been a part of some R. Kelly concert promotions.
I was like, where is this going?
Promo game.
We may have made some money off of R. Kelly's back, so I don't know how.
Oh.
Okay.
I mean, not literally.
Okay.
No.
I think that's it. That's it. We're done talking about R. Kelly.
Yeah. This got weird.
Syndicated award winning. This is the Vincent Tucker Radio Show.
Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop lying. Always lying. You lying so much. I know it's not making it hard for me. Just keep on lying. Damn.
Yo, it's your girl, Charity E, and I'm gonna do Somebody Lying. So, it would probably been a couple of weeks ago, I was on either the Gram or Twitter, and I saw a mugshot of a guy, and the caption said, "Fake God's plan, man gets arrested after leaving Walmart after saying he was gonna pay for everybody's groceries." So, two things in this story. I should have known, number one, that the story was fake. Because who goes to Walmart to buy people's groceries? Like, you gotta think about it. If you're in Walmart, how many people are in Walmart at a time?
Right.
Maybe at least 100. Probably, yeah, I would say at least 100 people. Also, in Walmart, you have more things than just groceries. You've got electronics, you've got clothes, you've got, gardening things that just could rack up very easily.
Yeah.
And if somebody tells me I'm about to pay for everything in your basket, I'm gonna go get what I want.
Sure.
So.
Which is the problem with doing that.
Right. So, that was the first thing. I should have been like, wait a minute. Did this really happen? Cause what black man would do this?
I'm trying to look up the video because I thought Drake went to Walmart.
No. Drake went to like a neighborhood store that was probably the size of like an Aldi.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's more understandable because, there might be 30 people in there.
Sure.
Very easy to pay that bill. But, this story said, according to police, Denzel Young, 53, entered a local Walmart and made a public announcement to customers that he had recently won the lottery and will be paying for every customer's cart, saying, end quote, "Hey y'all, I just won the lotto a few days ago. Everything on me. Go get what y'all want." Fake God's plan. So, my advice to everybody out there, if anybody ever offers to pay for everything in your basket and they're not right in front of you, don't believe it. Also, if it's a black man that offers to pay for everything in your basket, he probably wants something in return.
Charity. We're gonna stop doing black men like this.
As we watch Drake's God Plan and he's going through this grocery store buying people's bags.
Again, Drake was, first of all, Drake's mixed, okay? So
Don't do this.
We can't give him.
When he gets arrested, trust me, he's black.
But, you know, if you were to pass Drake, like if I were to pass Yella, I'd be like, oh, that's the black man.
Thanks. What was the
He
point?
could pass. I'm saying Drake could pass as either or.
Sure.
Lies you tell.
But anyways, that's this week in Somebody Line. It's Charity E.
I don't know why I'm involved in this.
Playing today's best music. Playing today's best music.
Came through drift. Diamonds on my wrist, they dripping.
Came through drift. Came through drift.
Can you focus on me? Baby, can you focus?
If they're trying to party with the queen, they gon' have to sign a non-disclosure. I took the top off the Maybach. I took the top off the Maybach.
You're listening to the Vincent Tucker Radio Show. iHeartRadio does something no other app or website can do. Thousands of live radio stations you can take anywhere. Want to listen to that station in Denver? When you're in Philly? No problem. In Atlanta? And you miss LA? No problem. Plus, iHeartRadio lets you create your own custom artist station. Just type in the artist you love and iHeartRadio creates a station just for you. With their biggest hits, all commercial free. Free radio and unlimited music all in one app. iHeartRadio. Bring it back, Mr. Heartbreak.
Move on. It's not what this segment is.
Right.
What's more important right now?
I want to call my favorite R&B singer, Usher, to the front of the congregation now.
Come as you are, Usher.
Let's not use the word come. And that's not.
Why stop now?
That's not. I think that's the issue. Or part of the issue.
Stopping. So you don't come. Okay.
So a couple weeks after we found out that in leaked documents that he paid a woman $1.1 million in hush money. No leaking. I probably should use no word than leaking. Then we found out another woman he supposedly slept with in April. He gave her herpes. She was suing for $10 million, and then she took the test and found out she had herpes. He changed it to $20 million for the emotional distress, negligence, and battery. Last week I mentioned Lisa Bloom, Blac Chyna's lawyer, said that she had some phone calls from people. Apparently, there's about to be a lawsuit filed in the state of California on behalf of 2 women and 1 man who all claim the R&B crooner gave them herpes. Now, I am praying
Was he dressed like a man?
that the guy got the herpes from one of the women in the suit.
Oh, okay.
I am so praying.
I got you, because I was wondering as
I
well.
am praying.
It could be like a Bobby Valentino situation.
Oh,
really
slow it down.
What's a Bobby Valentino situation?
I just want to get to know
We'll get back
you.
to that. I'll tell you.
The transgender.
But don't turn around.
That might be the best one.
Only on the Vincent Tucker Show.
Ain't nobody got time for that. So check this out.
Are you stupid? This week in stupid.
Okay, so, you know, I always try to give y'all some knowledge at the beginning of this segment because usually what I'm talking about is dumb. You gotta know when to get out of something, especially whether it's relationships or whether it's a job, whether it's, you know, going to a party. You gotta know when it's time to leave. Like, you can't always just keep doing everything. Once you've been doing something for 9 years, maybe that's too long, especially if you're doing something illegal. But Gilberto Escamilla, and this is a Texas dude.
Oh, come on, man. Not much.
He stole $1.2 million worth of fajitas over the course of 9 years. This is in Brownsville, Texas. I mean, that's
To eat or sell?
That's the thing. So what he was doing is he was a public servant and he was using county funds to place orders for fajitas and then selling them for his own profit since December 2008.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah.
I mean, stupid that he got caught, but.
Yeah. And how he got caught is because somebody was calling to confirm a delivery order for 800 pounds of fajitas. And the employees are like, what do you mean? We don't order fajitas? Because he worked for a detention center, but they don't give the kids at the detention center fajitas.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when they knew something was wrong. They're like, wait, we don't serve the kids fajitas, so why would we have 800 pounds
coming in?
Right. Then they started investigating, and he got fired. He got arrested. He said it was smaller and it got bigger and out of control.
Of course. And it got greedy, increased the orders.
Right. Like, let's 800 pounds. So at that point, like, the county was funding whatever business he was making off that. Like, he's supplying somebody something that the county's paying for.
Right.
Wonder if he paid taxes on any of it.
Why would I report and pay taxes on something that I'm stealing from the county?
Oh, that's even worse. That's federal time.
Right. Well, then it's tax fraud at that point, which is a whole other thing.
I'm sure that's coming.
Yeah, after police did search his house and found obviously lots of packages of fajitas in his refrigerator. When you get tired of fajitas after a while, like,
not if it's free meal.
I mean, fajitas.
I get over that real fast. It's free.
You can make it different ways.
It's
like,
free.
I mean, you can
tortilla,
make it different ways.
Flour, corn, make a bowl.
Yeah, when you said make it a bowl, yeah, you could put you can make
have a salad.
Yeah.
For 9 years, a different kind. Yeah,
right.
I mean,
and then at that point, like, you just using that as like, okay, well, we got some diced chicken, we got some fajitas, like,
we want to go out
I'm
for
not
pizza.
mad.
No, you might go in and get some fajitas.
Right. But we just got new tortillas, so I don't want to hear no excuses.
Kids can wait to grow them good.
You don't need cheese.
Move away.
You don't need cheese.
I had fajitas last night.
I bet
Put some sauce on
them
it.
kids tired of fajitas now.
Anything?
Oh, family tired of fajitas.
Right.
We don't want this no more.
I mean, if it's free, it's free.
Dad, I don't want this anymore. Go to jail.
Turning you in.
All right, y'all. That's this week of stupid.
Playing today's best music. Playing today's best music.
Take it down. Get it up. Let me stop the tempo. Let me stop the tempo.
Put your phone out, gotta hit them angles. Put your phone out, snapping like you Fable. And you showing off, but it's alright.
I woke up in Chris Brown's body. So hot it's turning to Freaky Friday.
You're listening to the Vincent Tucker Radio Show. iHeartRadio does something no other app or website can do. Thousands of live radio stations you can take anywhere. Want to listen to that station in Denver, but you're in Philly? No problem. In Atlanta and you miss LA? No problem. Plus, iHeartRadio lets you create your own custom artist station. DJ Khaled, and this is iHeartRadio. Just type in the artist you love, and iHeartRadio creates a station just for you. With their biggest hits, all commercial free. Free radio and unlimited music, all in one app. iHeartRadio.
Syndicated, award-winning Syndicated. This is the VTRS, Vincent Tucker Radio Show. Vincent, Heartbreak, Tucker, Yellostar, Charity E. Miss Thing, hold it down for Myskenna and Remon. Because of my hashtag 2penny posts on Facebook and Twitter, I'm always getting hit up with questions on social media or through email from people wanting help with either their relationship, their career, or just life in general. Certain messages, though, I wait to bring it to the show so that we can all weigh in. If you're going through a tough time, whether it is your relationship, your career, or just life, the Heartbreak Kid is here to give you some advice and be a great sounding board, or at least act like we have good advice here on the show. So I got a message from Megan from Highland Park, Illinois. She says, before me and the man in my life started dating, he was in a relationship with a woman with several diagnosed mental illnesses. She has threatened suicide. Do I need to tell you this is a white woman writing this? Does that matter?
No, it's coming across.
Okay. She has threatened suicide several times, and she can't get over the fact that things did not work out between them. He has helped her seek out medical attention and counseling, but nothing is helping, and he doesn't want to abandon her and is afraid she's going to kill herself, but it's deeply affecting us. Not only is it affecting our relationship, but also himself. He has been depressed, and I'm not sure what to do. I love this guy, and we both see a future with each other, but his ex and her mental issues are really becoming an issue. What should I do?
I feel like I'm the wrong person to ask about this, because y'all know I have, when I'm like emotionally detached, that's it. I feel like he should have let this ex go a long time ago. Like, I understand that you want her to be safe and you don't want her to kill herself, but you can't keep inserting yourself in this girl's life because she's always going to cause problems if she has a mental illness until she gets help. So he's got to just let her go. If he doesn't let her go, this new girlfriend is going to have to just peace out, because it sounds like there's still something there because he cares a little bit too much.
No. There's no such thing as caring too much.
I mean, if at this point, we don't know a lot of
save somebody's
backstory.
life.
We don't know how long she's been threatening to kill herself. Okay,
right.
This could be like an everyday thing, like I'm gonna do it, and she hasn't done it yet. So
okay,
it's kind of like we need to know that, but I think he just needs to let her go overall.
Mental health issues is serious, and like my family's gone through something like this recently, so I'm more sympathetic maybe than I would normally be. Mm-hmm. I've been in relationships with people that have had mental health issues, and it's like I would always feel that on me if I let that happen to anybody. Like, especially if, cause like, I've told my friends like, hey, if you've had too much to drink or whatever, give me a call, I'll come pick you up, cause I never want to think that I could have done something to help save somebody's life, but I chose not to do it. So I understand why the boyfriend still wants to help, because that person may not have somebody that can reach out to. So, I mean, it's a difficult situation to be in for sure. And, I just hope that, whatever happens, the person gets the help that they need, because, you never want to know that you could have done something and you didn't.
I mean, if people don't want to help themselves, why am I going to go out of my way to continue to try to help you?
Do you feel like it's shady what she's doing? Like, do you think that the girl is just doing it to string him along and keep him around?
Again, I don't know. She could be.
But even if she wasn't doing that,
even if she wasn't, he still, at some point he has to let her go, or she's going to keep having this effect on him and he's going to be depressed. So at what point do you have to care about yourself and your own mental state to let go?
I struggled with this for two reasons. I think I talked about this on the show once briefly, but I did have a suicide attempt about 6 years ago, and then one of my best friends and business partners who actually did commit suicide, and his suicide was national news at the top of last year. So obviously I know a little bit about this topic. I really think this guy he just doesn't want on his conscience if he actually leaves this girl alone and she actually kills herself. I think it has nothing to do with him wanting to be with her.
No, I don't think that's it.
It has nothing to do with that. I just think he just doesn't want that on his conscience. He doesn't want to take that chance that she actually will kill herself, and he don't know how he could live with that.
Right. Because, I mean, you don't have to want to be with somebody to hope that they have happiness in their life, or that they're safe.
Right.
So
I don't know what to tell Megan to do in this case.
Personally, I think, I do agree with Charity that at some point he has to stop.
Just take the chance that whether old girl will kill herself or not.
Right. I mean, I still say keep working, keep doing whatever you can to try to help, to try to see if she can push past it, right? But at the end of the day, like, when you feel like you've exhausted everything that you can do and you've done everything in your power to try to help her and you still are not able to help her, then at that point I'm like, okay, well, I can understand if you're not willing to continue to help.
Let's be honest. Old girl's not gonna lie. Apparently, I'm pretty sure even if him and Megan broke up because of this, like, old girl's not gonna allow him to date anyone else. This is gonna continue. Right. Like, it sounds like she's gonna continue to threaten to kill herself as long as he's not solely with her.
Well, and that's the other thing is you have to determine how real this threat is, because if it's just a manipulation to try to keep you around, then, well, you definitely don't want that person around, and, at least in your life in that sense, because they're bringing negativity to your life. But
I still don't know what to tell Megan.
Be patient. At the end of the day, it sounds like this guy is a good person.
Right.
So know that he's got that heart and appreciate that about him.
Right.
And know that he would do that for somebody that he cares about, because at the end of the day, if he cares about you, then, you're getting that same type of treatment, which is, that's important for any type of relationship. So,
So tell Megan, hang in there.
I would say if it's gone on for a year, that is a long time.
It is a long time, but I don't think that's the time to give up.
I feel like 6 months is too long.
I mean, it's a long time, but mental health issues are.
I agree, but
it's just like if you were to be dating like an addict or something. Like at what point do you just...
Right. At some point you have to decide, is this more of a detriment to me or not?
Right.
But
I think the moral story is to stay in there a little bit longer.
Yeah, don't throw away your future because of his past, because that's not worth it.
Charity's so mean.
What?
She gonna have that girl kill herself.
No, I am not. Y'all don't do this to me. I have a heart. I didn't say just like...
It's at home.
Yeah, it's not here today.
Charity's about to leave us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, don't say it like that.
I mean,
just talk. Okay.
Leaving this episode.
Yeah.
We don't know what she's doing. She didn't tell us. We hope she'll be okay, whatever she's doing.
I'm gonna go find my heart, honestly.
Are you leaving us for man?
Thotty and bopping today.
I've been trying to get Charity to be a thought forever.
What?
No such thing.
Never gonna happen.
There's no such thing.
Never gonna happen.
I thought and bop on occasion. So, catch me on the right days.
I mean, to what degree?
I mean, I'm not gonna just bust it wide open, but
hey,
I could lead somebody on to think that's
Then I tell her, bring it.
Will it lead to you randomly making out with a guy in the club?
That's disgusting. And get herpes? Get out.
Charity, do you kiss on the first date?
No, I don't.
Do you kiss on the second date?
How long did it take you to kiss that guy you were dating?
Any guy you're dating, how long did it take?
3 dates.
3 dates.
Yeah.
Is it automatic 3 dates, or you still okay?
No.
That was just a feel thing.
Yeah. But today, you know what, guys? If I do it, I will let y'all know. If I kiss a random man.
Can we dare you?
Yeah, that sounds
10
good.
years old?
Sometimes.
Anyways, I'm gonna go find my heart. I'll catch y'all next week.
I want to see Charity with man.
I don't know. There's no solution to that problem.
What's my VTRS up next? Syndicated, award-winning Syndicated is the VTRS, Vincent, Heartbreak, Tucker, and Yellostar. I was asking why R&B singer Tinashe. I feel like her career should be bigger than it is right now. And you said it's because people don't know how to say her name?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, she's dope. I like her music.
And you would think because of colorism, she would definitely
be hot.
Yeah.
She does have that tone that is acceptable to the masses.
Yeah, right. There's a story that just popped up, and I think we were PC enough to get through this. It'd be different, I think, if Tina was here for this.
Sure.
So Caitlyn Jenner,
yeah,
formerly known as Bruce Jenner,
mm-hmm,
is set to get married
to a guy. Is that? I don't know how it works.
Caitlyn Jenner is getting married to a trans woman. So Bruce became Caitlyn to marry another
Caitlyn.
I thought she was becoming a woman to marry a guy.
Well, there's a lot to unpack there, but you want to be with someone who identifies as a woman who was formerly a man, but someone that you're attracted to, but so it's like she's engaged.
Yeah. Caitlyn is 68 years old. I didn't know Caitlyn was that old. But the trans woman that Caitlyn's gonna marry is 21.
Oh no. Oh no.
Currently a student at Pepperdine University.
R. Kelly.
Rumor of the two getting close began in 2017 after a spotted vacation in Mexico.
So, Bruce is 60?
68. Caitlyn's 68.
68?
Yeah.
Like on the high end of 60? With
Yeah.
a 21? Come on.
What the hell y'all talking about? TRL?
Nothing. Nothing. What you want for dinner? Chicken. You want white rice or brown rice? That's it. There's nothing. You don't even, that child knows people that have, that knew the old person. There are people who, when they meet Caitlyn, will be like, that's Bruce.
Her fiance probably grew up idolizing your daughters.
Right. Right. That's crazy. I mean, look, I'm one of those people that I totally feel like age is a number, right? But there's like, that's generational. Like that's a completely different, that's like 2 generations difference. That's just bad, bro. Like, oh my God, that's crazy. That's too much. Why does this young person want to get married?
So Caitlyn became a woman to marry a man that became a woman.
I guess they don't have to worry about accepting each other.
Good point. Except when Caitlyn dies and...
What do you think they flick like this?
I can't do it. Okay. You know what? Can we just end this?
That's fine. That's fine.
For the crew is Vincent, Heartbreak, Tucker. See y'all on the other side. We gotta get it before we get in trouble.
Every episode of the award-winning Vincent Tucker Radio Show is produced by Aaron Channel. Executively produced by Aaron Channel, Arkina Dansberg, Cornelius Johnson, and Vincent Heartbreak Tucker. Launched in December 2007, the VTRS is a CWC Entertainment Group LLC production.